I remember like an old timer coming up to me one day going, bro, we don't say good morning around here. We're locked up. I'm like, Jesus. You didn't want to be positive.
Yeah, dude.
Positive. When I got locked up, I was upset for like a week, guys, to be honest with you. After a week, I was like, this ain't that bad. Can you believe that? I'm telling you this as a man. Somebody did a guide a couple weeks ago about how we would do in jail. We would do what I did, run the joint. Because when you're funny, you can get away with murder.
Oh, I've thought about it. I'd run to whatever it's called, solitary. I think I could do solitary fine.
Why, dude?
Let
I'm
me tell you
terrified.
something.
Dude, you want to live in a box? It's like small. It's like, dude, it's a box,
Let me
bro.
tell you something. When I got locked up, it wasn't that bad. I could sit here and lie to you and tell you the first 2 weeks were hell because it was the last 2 weeks of August with no air. And I was on the third floor.
Oh.
And you don't stop sweating.
Oh, I'm sure,
You just
dude.
don't stop sweating. When I went to... But you also have to remember that I made it through the system in less than a month. That was unheard of. That was unheard of. Like, you had to sit in the system. Like, when I got sentenced, they told me that day, they're like, listen, you better get comfortable in Boulder because you're not going to see Canyon City till October, maybe November, maybe December, with that backed up. But I didn't care because county jail is 2 for 1. So it's 2 days for 1. So I had them. So remember, I got 4 years, right?
Yeah.
So it's simple math. Like, I had no time because I got 4 years. There was a new law, House Bill 1200, passed. If it's a non-offender, non-violent crime, first offense, sentence gets cut in half. So it went from 48 to 24, right? I did a month. I had 2 weeks in county. That's a month.
Yeah.
So I had 23 months left, and you're eligible for a halfway house at 18 months. And you get put in a halfway house at the 16-month level. Once you're at 18 months, you're eligible for a halfway house. You're just a wake up away from going, pack up your stuff.
Get out.
Like, your girlfriend is on the way to visit you on a 4-hour drive. And they'll tap you on the shoulder and go, get your stuff. You're leaving it out. When you're like, what about my girlfriend? She's like, who cares?
Well, that's because I used to love like those lockup shows, all that stuff. It's crazy to me. Like, you were at least living in Colorado, but let's say you went on vacation or to do a show in Denver and did something. You could just end up in jail somewhere where you have nothing. Like nothing.
It's crazy.
You could just end up in jail.
I spent one night in jail. I bought drugs off a hooker because I had gotten sober and like I was itching and I was like, fuck, I need drugs, dude. And nobody has drugs except I didn't know anybody with drugs.
This is in Vegas.
This is here in L.A.
Oh, my God.
Way back when I was just running and gunning. And I didn't know anybody that had drugs because like every time you get sober, you're like, dude, I'm going to get rid of all the drug dealers' names. No drug dealers in my phone. And then you're like, fuck, man, I got a couple days off. I got nowhere to be. Man, I got to get weird, right? So, and I'd be like, where? So I'd be like, who's got drugs? And I see this hooker. I'm like, okay, man, the hookers know where drugs are, dude. And so like, she's like, yeah, I'll get you some drugs. Let me get you some drugs. I'm like, I'm not even sure this is a chick, to be honest with you, but I didn't even care at this point. You know, it's, you know, she got a wig on, walks like a chick, talks like a chick, got to be a chick,
This
right?
is Hollywood.
This is Hollywood. That's the stroll, the whole stroll, you know? And I see her, she's like, yeah, look, let's do it. So we go, I pull, and she runs in, she grabs my shit. $40. I got $40 worth. And as soon as I pull out, boop, boop, I'm like, oh, man, life is over, dude. I am done, man. So they pull me over. I'm like, oh, man, I'm done. I'm never going to go to Canada. I'm just going through all this stuff. So they get me out. They handcuff me. I'm like right in Hollywood where I live 3 blocks from me. I'm like, I'm fucked, man. And he's like, where's the drugs? I'm like, I don't know. And he reaches in, he pulls out, and dude, I'd basically gotten ran by this chick or whatever it was. For $40, I got like nothing, right? And I was like, I didn't care at that point because I just wanted to run and gun,
God.
right?
Thank God.
Run and gun. So he's like, he pulls it out. He's like, where's the rest of it? I go, man, that's it. And like, I made a mistake. I shouldn't even, the new rules, anybody listening, if you haven't been to jail, never admit to anything. They're not your friends, man. They're not your friends.
You don't know
What is
nothing.
this? I don't know, dude.
don't know.
Where'd you get this? Don't know what you're talking about.
Don't know.
I didn't know that, right?
I don't know nobody.
So I end up, so he's like, he pulls out, he goes, where's the rest of it? I go, that's it. He goes, where's the rest? I go, that's it. He goes, how much did you pay for this? And I go, 40. And he looked at it. He started laughing, and then the chick who just jacked me started laughing. Everyone's laughing because I'd basically gotten taken for the 40 that I paid for like the nothing of drugs I had bought, right? So then I go to jail, and it's my only night I ever stayed in jail.
LA County.
West Hollywood.
Right by Amoeba?
Yeah, no. Down in Boys Town, man. I don't know why they took me there because it was way down the other way. But they took me to the West Hollywood Sheriff's Jail.
Okay.
And dude, I don't know what it is, but dude, if they know it's your first time in jail, only they try to run some shit on you. Dude, they put this homeless dude in it, within 2 seconds, shits his pants, dude. They pull him out, send another one in, shits his pants, dude. They're just, so I'm trying, So I don't know what I'm getting charged with. So they're doing and this is the time I had a super like Armenian mohawk. And it's like, I'm like, what am I getting charged with? He's like, felony possession. I'm like, and I just started, I'm like, oh man, I'm never going to travel anywhere to do stand up. And to this day. So, I've been doing this Armenian benefit for like 20 years, man. It's the Armenian Bone Mail Registry, right? And on the board is Garagos, the lawyer. And like, dude, I mean, I'm broke at this time, dude. Like, I got no money, man. And I'm like, fuck, man, I'm gonna call this dude and just see if I can do a Hail Mary pass. So I call him up. I'm like, hey, he's like, what's up, Sammy? I go, hey, man, I made some bad decisions and I need some legal thing. And he's like, well, okay, what do you got? How much cash you got? I'm like, I'm hurting. He's like, okay, just come down. So he comes down and goes, here, I'm going to charge you $1,500. I'm going to represent you. And they sent me down. And we're going to this trial, right? Dude, the police, so they do, I forget what it's called, but they basically say they want all the records on the cop that arrests me, right? Exploration, I don't know what the word is, but they call it. So I set another trial. I show up with my lawyer, and dude, the police union rep shows up and goes, we're not going to give our records on this cop, and we want the charges dropped. And the charges got dropped because this dude was dirty. So, and dude, and like if I hadn't done this charity event and got a lawyer that knew how to run this game, I would have been effed, man. But I got out of it because I did charity work and I never had to, and dude, I never messed with that shit again, dude. But dude, I mean, like, that's the system, man. Poor people get fucked, dude.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude, that is the worst. When you see those lights go, you're like, oh man, you're thinking your mom's gonna find out. You're like, hey,
when you get arrested, I learned it the hard way. I'm not a cheap person, but nobody wants to pay for a lawyer. Nobody wants to pay for a lawyer. And I'll never forget getting arrested, getting heat. The other guy got arrested first, so he had a private defender. That means you can't have a private defender because it's conflict of interest. So they had to get me a court-appointed lawyer who was horrible. He was horrible. But I ran with it. I'm like, maybe, let's see what happens. And my friend, and I called, everybody told me to call this one guy. I called him, and he wasn't a friend of mine, but we became friends over time. And he sat me down. The first thing he said is, you better open your piggy bank. And I go, I just started putting money in that piggy bank. That piggy bank has been empty for 2 years. And now they finally put money in that piggy bank. Like, it broke my heart.
oh yeah.
Like, I got to open it. And he's like, you got to open it. And I go, how much? And he goes, well, how much do you want to stay out? How much do you want your freedom?
Yeah.
You know? So I had to take everything I had. And, you know, I kept the attorney I had until I could find a better one. But the best thing I did was my friend recommended to meet with a law clerk, the dean of the law school. He goes, trust me, when I got in trouble, a friend of mine told me to go meet with him. He'll simplify it for you in one conversation. I think the guy wanted like $3,000
Oh,
for a
man.
half hour or something.
Oh my god.
Man, that is
Like,
cash,
for a
dude.
and I was like broken. But I go, you know what? I'm going to cancel it. I'm not going to pay him $2,500 or whatever. I'm going to call my mother's attorney in Jersey, Sam DeLuca. This guy was a savage. You ready for this?
Yeah.
I called him. I'm like, same thing you did. It's Joey Diaz. It's Denora's son. Blah, 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 blah. He goes, all right. He goes, I want 30 just to get on the plane. It was 1987, guys. And this guy just wanted 30 to get on the plane.
30 grand.
30 grand
Oh, my God.
just to get on the plane. So I knew already. Like that, I was like, let me call you back in 5 minutes. I was like, 30 grand just for a plane ride. What am I going to do about this trial? What am I going to do? And once I went to see the law clerk told me exactly what to do. The steps, he goes, I would take your case. But as soon as I walk in there with you, they're going to give you 10 years. He goes, you're in the land. What do you do when you're in Rome? Do one in Rome. He goes, you bring some fucking Jew attorney in here, slick, they're going to throw the book at you. They don't want to see a slick Jew in here. They don't want to see like a slick white guy. You got to hire a guy that mirrors them. This guy told me that at the time, the head of the law school was Spanish. So he got interested in me, and he's like, you want to go to law school? And I'm like, fuck yeah. And he's like, I'll hook you up. I'll put you in the COP program. I mean, oh my God, it was crazy. A felon that Spanish will accept you and all this shit. So he broke it down for me. He goes, he goes, listen, you could pay all the money in the world. You're still going to do 90 days. He goes, there's no judge that's not going to sentence you 90 days. He goes, I don't care who you walk in there, you're doing at least 90 days. I go, what about work release? He goes, ooh, I don't think so. He goes, that's going to be fucking tight. And he gave me a short list of guys, and I had to meet with all of them. And I can't tell you the number my guy wanted. He wanted a piece first up front, and then he wanted a back end.
Oh, my God.
I had to give it to him.
Oh, my God.
But this white boy went to work, Jack.
A back end of what?
You have to give him up front and a back end.
Yeah, but the back end's like when the movie does well, you get points on how much the movie makes.
No, there's no back end.
Like, what are you talking about?
No, back end is what you're given. It's what you're given. So it's 10 just to open up the conversation. And I'll let you know when that runs out.
Yeah. Hey, I got to run it.
I'll let you know when the 10 runs out. And then it was like I was on retainer for a month. So from February of 87 till from December of 87, no, from January of 87 to August on 87, I think I had to give them $2,000 a month. Something like that, calls, paperwork. And then I got hip to the thing. Those calls were costing me $200.
Yeah.
So I didn't call them.
The worst.
Did not call them. I would not call them. I could see my bill went down. I'm like, oof. Because every time I call them, I'd fucking complain about something. I just saw a fella crossing the street on here. $250. $250. But this guy was good. He got the job done for me.
Hey, man, you pay for what you get.
He explained it to me.
Get what you pay for.
He told me the steps, what he was going to do. Like, I met with him, and then a week later, I met with him again. He turned the sheet of paper around. He handed it to me. He goes, these are the steps. And he hooked me up with a private investigator to counter everything. That motherfucker charged me an arm and a leg. That was miserable.
Oh.
It was miserable. But that, and then the divorce, don't even get me started. My divorce was easily $200,000.
Oh, my God.
And 160 that went in credit cards. And half of that I paid and half of that I didn't. I just ripped up the card and said, give me a bad credit score. I'll never forget sleeping with women my age for a while. Like, until I was 21. No, I'm lying to you guys. Until I was 19. And then when I was 19, I went to Basalt, Colorado.
I've been there.
And 2 girls moved next to us. And they couldn't be hotter. They were sisters. One was 29 and the other one was 26. They were Italian girls from Milwaukee. And I could look you straight in the face, Kate, and tell you that I was like, at 19, I'm like, I'm not fucking my neighbors. And there was 4.
Why?
I just knew that it was only 4 houses on that block.
Oh, you mean
we were connected?
Not because of their age, because you just didn't want to fuck your neighbors.
They were both beautiful.
Yeah, I get it.
They were both beautiful. I mean, just looking at them, they were both beautiful.
Honestly, I think it's probably the best.
They came over and knocked on the door and said, hi, we're Mimi and Lily. We moved in next door. We're 4 guys that are fucking killers. Okay, from North Bergen, New Jersey. One guy could fuck anything. And I'll never forget that these girls used to come over every night at 6, smoke pot with us. They would make like potato salad, whatever they would make like
potato salad.
I swear to God. I don't know how they did
You're so Jersey.
This was the craziest. This is not Jersey. This is Basalt, Colorado.
Oh, sorry.
And then another woman would come home with my friend. She was married, happily married. And she would come over to our house every night. Every night at 6 o'clock, we would have 4 or 5 women watching TV with us, and nobody would hit on these women. It was like we had become a family.
That's cool.
It was the weirdest
I
thing.
have that with people.
But the 29-year-old, I would look at her and she would say things to me.
Like?
You need to get a girlfriend. Like, she would just say little things.
Because otherwise she would...
No. It was the weirdest thing. Like, I'd never hit on her.
That's weird.
I never looked at her like that. In fact, if anything, I liked her younger sister. Her younger sister, I saw her sunbathing one day, and she had the hairiest pussy I had ever
You
seen.
love that.
It was coming
You
through.
want like an afro growing out of
It was
there.
coming through the shorts. At that time, I was 19. I was very easily impressed. I was very easily impressed.
How much hair would you like love down there? Like you want like tons.
She had like a couple of pubes sticking out of the bikini type hair. Like she was
Ew.
Italian. I knew what it would smell
I'm
like.
sorry, I didn't mean to say ooh.
I mean, she was a beautiful girl. And this is just what happens. This is what happens in life. I controlled myself. We were neighbors for months.
What choice do you have?
And then one day, I started talking to the older sister at night. She was a liquor chick. She worked. She was a wine expert. She was 29. She was 29. Her and I had nothing to
In
talk
common?
about in
Yeah.
common. But I think I hit the bag outside, and she would pull up at 9:45, and then she would bring me like an apple and stuff like that, and we would talk. And she would smoke a cigarette and talk to me, and she would say, "I wish I could date a guy." Or whatever. And we just became friends, and that went on for 2 months. And then we all went to Glenwood Springs, and I saw her in a bikini, and I was like, if I thought the younger sister was hot,
Oh yeah?
what do we got here?
Nice.
And I was like, you know what? I got to be cool. But she also cut hair. That was her thing. She cut hair, so I needed a haircut, so she had cut my hair. And one day, we're having a conversation. I see her, and I go, you off today? She goes, yeah. I go, if I give you $10, give me a haircut? She's like, absolutely, come over. Her sister was upstairs. Tia, Leah, something's coming back to me now. This hot woman is cutting my hair with this brunette haircut.
Her boobs are like pushing on the back of your head.
She had great boobs. She had great boobs. I would keep my hands to my side. I was embarrassed. I was kind of nervous. And she asked me, what is the point with you? Why don't you at least go out and try to get a girlfriend? I go, what is it with you and me getting a fucking girlfriend?
Yeah, what is it?
She goes, you're a young guy and you're fun to be around. You should have 20 girlfriends. And
she's just flirting.
And I go, no. I go, okay, would you go on a date with me? And she goes, in a fucking heartbeat.
Damn.
And I go, you're full of shit.
Cougar.
She goes, try me. She goes, try me.
You were 19?
I was 19.
You couldn't even drink yet legally.
And she had on like a shorts or something. She goes, try me. And I go, what do you mean? And she grabbed my hand and put it on her like a pussy. And she goes, so, when are you going to take me on a date? And I was like, tonight.
You know what?
And I took her to like a bar.
Yeah.
I took her to a bar, like a country western bar in Carbondale, like a gentleman. And I was real legit. And I'm like, she let me touch her pussy. I don't know what my next step is. Like, I did not know what my next step was as a man. I had never been involved in this situation before. I was always the aggressor.
Oh, I see.
That's when I realized I'm the aggressor.
That's a fun position for a woman occasionally. That's why women love Halloween.
While we were eating, while we were drinking, she said to me, we started snorting. And she goes, by the way, I stopped at the pharmacy and I got a sponge. And I go, a sponge? Why would somebody tell me?
You don't even know what it is.
I didn't know what a sponge was, right? It's 1983. I'm a dumb fuck. I'm telling you.
Later?
Who uses those also?
I'm a dumb fuck.
Yeah.
She goes, I got a sponge, so we'll be safe tonight. And I sat there just staring at my drink like a little girl, bro. Like,
were you nervous, intimidated because of her age?
I don't think I want to come home. Like, I'm trying to get, I was like you last week, trying to get out of it. I don't know how I'm going to get myself out of it.
I was trying to get away from the cock blocker. I wasn't trying to get away from the other dude.
And all of a sudden, we had a couple more beers. We had a couple more fucking bumps. And she goes, you ready to go? And I was like, I guess.
I love it. She's giving a 19-year-old. Who had the blow? You or her?
She did. We copped.
Hilarious.
We split like a gram.
I mean, that's
19. I was legal as fuck.
You were.
I was legal as fuck. She had
Not to
every.
drink.
She could do whatever the fuck she wanted.
I love that. Like,
she could
blow
have
isn't
fucked me in
legal
the
for
ass with
either
a
of us.
dildo. I wouldn't have given a fuck.
Oh my God! Yes, you would.
She took me home. She goes, "Let's go upstairs." We went up. Her sister was there. It was like nothing. It was like nothing happened. Like, we went upstairs. We went into the kitchen area. We spoke with her sister, and she goes, "Okay, bedtime. You ready?" And I'm like, "I guess." And she took me upstairs, and we went all night on the blow, and then we became like an item.
Shut up,
dog. It was like
you're like J-Lo and her little
she
boyfriends.
was like, I'll see you tonight. We stayed up the whole night till 8 in the morning. I'd never done that with a woman before in my whole fucking life. I was blown away. Like,
she was like your Mrs. Robinson.
We fucked, we talked, we fucked, we talked, we fucked, we
That's
talked.
fun.
And then she made breakfast. I went 2 doors down. She went to work. And then every night I would go over there at 10, fuck her, we'd eat, and then I moved.
Oh,
and
to where?
And I was like, thank God. I moved to Snowmass Village, which was about 8 or 9 miles up the valley on the way to Aspen. And I thought that, and I didn't tell nobody. Like, my roommates, I grew up with those motherfuckers.
Why didn't you tell anybody?
Because in those days, I didn't say nothing. I was raised on you don't know nothing.
Yeah.
Especially if you're getting such a good piece of pussy.
Yeah.
You keep your mouth shut where I come from. Wait, if some fucking Ugats is giving you pussy, then you tell your friends. But when she was prime pussy.
Really?
She was making me do things.
When I get that, I'm like, my good friends? I'm like, you're saying, I'm like, you're not going to believe who I'm.
I didn't say nothing to nobody. And then it was 4 of us. So 2 of us moved in together, and he was my Goomba. I loved Jimmy Burkle, God rest his soul. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for him today. He's the one that talked me into leaving, but it was funny. She worked nights, so she would say, I'll come over at 1 and we'll hang till 3:30. I'll take a shower, and then from there I'll go to your house. I'll go to work she would work at a place called the Grog Shop. See if it's still there in Aspen.
The Grog Shop?
The Grog Shop was a wine store.
Oh.
That was like...
That sounds familiar, actually.
Listen,
I think I've been there.
if you went in there, you dropped 100. Whether you wanted to or not. I think I've been there. I think it's still there. In 1983, you dropped 100. It was all the way at the end in the corner. Mm-hmm. And what street was it on? Galena?
I think it's still there.
It says Durant. Let me check.
Durant. Yeah. Dog, I know that neighbor. Like, I used to eat it.
I love it.
So sometimes she'd give me a car.
Durant and Spring.
Can you give us a GPS coordinates?
I thought that
it was just, it was fucking, Kate, it was weird, Kate.
I mean.
Like, now I see older guys with girls. So then it got to the point where I didn't see her, like, for like 3 days. I moved to Snowmass. And the first day she called me, she goes, I'm coming up. I didn't even have a phone. Like, I had to go to the supermarket and call her.
Hilarious.
And she called and she goes, I'll be up. Let's have a picnic.
She's like, why is the Piggly Wiggly coming up on color?
Snowmass Village is beautiful.
It is beautiful.
Let's have a picnic. And I'm like, picnic? I'm from Jersey. I never had a picnic in my life.
A picnic's just code for fucking outside.
She brought apples and brie cheese. At that time in my life, I knew 2 types of cheeses. 3. I knew fucking American, Swiss, and fucking gabagool.
Who is this? She's just like a princess.
What's it out? I swear to God. She
brought that off like an airplane.
She brought crackers. She brought glasses. She brought wine. And at that age, I didn't even understand that. I had to make believe and like that I enjoyed being outside. And all I wanted to do was fuck. And I never said that. Like, listen, I love
you. Never did it in the park on a picnic?
This was wide open. This was Snowmass Village, 1983.
Right.
This was, if this was Aspen, I could have fucked her on the street and nobody would have cared.
There's other people around.
Me too. No, Aspen's just a sex pool.
No, I mean where you were with her. There was other
where
people.
I was. It's families. We were outside.
I love that shit.
There was a little lake.
Not with families.
There was a little lake, and it had a little bridge, and I would eat mushrooms and sit there by myself sometimes from time to time. And I'll never forget that. We went back to the apartment, and we were doing it in the shower, and my roommate came home, and he's like, what the fuck are you doing taking it? He went to take a piss, and all of a sudden, I'm like, what's going on? And I showed her, and he's like, oh my God. And he ran out. I came out. We got dressed. He asked me later, he goes, how long has this been going on? And I go, this has been going on since April. And he goes, you never fucking told me. I go, there's nothing to tell. I got like a crush on her. She got a crush on me.
You're like hanging out.
I don't even know what we're doing. And we dated straight till 48 hours.
How did it end? You just moved? That was it?
No, it ended. She was a white chick, dog. And on the weekends, what
does that mean?
The first 2 months, it was about fucking and us being together and doing blow. Then she wanted to start to introduce me to her friends.
She liked you.
And I did not like that at all.
How come?
Because her friends were 30 fucking years old.
Because of her age.
They were 30 years old.
That's a problem.
I was, what was I? I think at that time I was, let's say I was a hod carrier. I made $10 an hour, which is $400 a week, a hod carrier.
What's that?
I made cement and built brick walls. I fucking was a hod carrier. I fucking had made $400 a week, and my rent was whatever. Why? How could I go in front of 30-year-old women who are successful?
Well, some guys would take advantage of that and let the woman take care of them. You're a man.
No.
You're a real man.
She was like a manager up there. She had like a Volvo. A family had money.
But she would have probably taken all care. I've dated guys that I could tell eventually were kind of using me. I mean, not even younger guys. But you know what's interesting about the whole thing is that I always dated older guys. Always. I was never.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I didn't like that Sin interview because I believe what happened. I'm not doubting anything. But it's so weird when a girl goes to a rock club at the age of 15. What do you expect you think is going to happen at the age of 15? I got to think about all these things because I got a daughter.
I have a crush. No boyfriend. But I did have my first ever real legit one night stand in Phoenix. Oops, I shouldn't have said where.
Give me the caveat, though, that you said when you came in.
I said that wasn't a football player, but the only reason I said that is because that I feel like shouldn't count because that's like an accomplishment. You know what I mean? That'd be like if you hooked up with like Victoria's Secret model. That doesn't count as a one night stand. That's like
never going to happen.
But I mean, you wouldn't call that a one night stand. You'd call that like a bucket list goal. That's true. And I've only hooked up with Lee. Anyway.
You hooked up with whole fucking football.
No, I have not.
Half the
I
NFL
haven't.
has your fucking phone number.
Yeah, phone number, but I don't hook up with them.
No, they just have your phone number because they want to talk to you about
we're
counseling.
Friends.
I'm surprised you haven't sucked Antonio Brown's dick. I'm really
No.
You had heard him yelling at his wife?
No.
I'm like, that could have been Kate right now. You fucking dirty whore.
I know.
Papi, I love you. When he told the kid, Papi, I love you. You fucking prejudiced cops. I'm surprised you haven't dated Antonio Brown.
I was actually.
You should fucking look him down. Get his number.
What? No.
I'm gonna send you
I'm trying to do better,
You
Joey.
just went on a blind date with one of Paulie Shore's friends, and you can't do me a favor and go on a blind date with Antonio Brown.
I mean, mean, I'll go
He's
for
a
you.
nice guy.
I'll go for you.
He's a nice
yes,
guy.
I would go.
He's got a little bit of money left. You can take it all.
It's not a blind date because I know what he looks like.
He's
but
a handsome dude. He's got burnt black feet.
Joey.
He does.
Joey.
He does.
He does. He burnt his feet in a fucking
He got frostbite.
in a fucking
I know that.
cryotherapy. He went in there with no socks on, which, listen, I go in there and I'm scared. I got to wear the fucking high sock. I couldn't even go to freeze because I couldn't put my chubby fucking hamstring sock. It's got to be above the hamstring. It's got to be above the Achilles tendon because your Achilles tendon will freeze in the cryotherapy. How he went in there barefoot is beyond me.
Stupid.
That is the guy that you're looking for. That is
An
the guy
idiot?
we should have fixed you up with a long time
I'm
ago.
not going to lie.
Get Antonio Brown on the phone.
no.
Let's get him on the Twitter.
No.
We have somebody who wants
Trying to do
date
better,
him.
Joey.
He just got off house arrest.
Yeah.
Guys,
he's perfect
I'm
for
trying
you.
so hard. How sad is it that like I asked a guy the other day that I'm like just talking to? I said, I only have one question. Have you ever been to jail for hitting a woman? And he said no. But then I was thinking like how sad it is that that's like where my love life is at. That's like my bare minimum for what I need out of a guy.
So back to this hookup. How did it go down?
Okay.
A to Z.
I never hooked up on the
And
road.
don't miss out a fucking detail here because I got investigators.
Okay. I never hook up. I've hooked up on the road, but even when I have, it's always like on the second or third time I meet the guy. Like I make these poor guys actually like, it's almost like they have to date me to even hook up on the road. They come 2 nights or 3 nights. This was the first ever, like, we did the show Sunday night. After the show, we were planning fully to drive back to LA. The car was packed. We were like, we gave the condo keys back. We were leaving. And then what happened was there was a guy in the audience of my show who I thought was cute. And that never happens. And we started talking and we had a mutual friend. So then I said to Aiden, my opener, I said, listen, I kind of want to just talk to this guy a little longer. Can we just do 1 drink down the street, half an hour at the Blue Martini, and we'll bounce? And he's like, okay. We go into the Blue Martini. It was a private party for some kind of like R&B hip hop group. And it was just packed with like hot, young black dudes. And it's not like I only like black, but I kind of like black dudes. So when I walked in and
I thought
saw
you were
that-
there with a guy already.
well, yeah, I wasn't there with a guy. It was a group. He had his whole group of friends. But when we came in, I talked to him for a little while, the guy I came in with, and then I started to get distracted by other people. And then Aiden's like, hey, Kate, we should probably get going. And I said, Aiden, I think I'm going to fuck somebody here. I never do that. I've never done it. And he was like, do you feel like you really need it? And I was like, I kind of do. It's been like a month. I'm really horny.
Which means 2 hours.
No, Joey, it had been like a month. The last guy was.
Last night I called Lee. I go, Lee, how much money we got? Tell me the truth. I'm thinking of opening up a restaurant with you and Steve Simone. Whatever number he told me, I told him it's 10,000 more.
Come on.
Because I know you, motherfucker.
I don't lie about this stuff.
It's not that you lie. It's that you never want
think
to
I
show
forget
me the full
people?
hand, huh?
No, I don't. I show you. I tell you. You know that. I tell you everything. I really hadn't. The last guy was the guy that I put
Now,
this.
how does a one night stand happen? I mean,
That's what's crazy.
it's been so fucking weird now with Me Too and how you have to be careful with people. We say these stories on the road. Not to interrupt you or anything like
That's
this.
okay.
We had this situation a couple weeks ago that I thought of. A guest on the podcast, a former guest of ours on the podcast, not a bad guy, musician, gets accused of dating a 16 and a 17-year-old girl. I read the article, and the first thing I remember was, you really want me to tell you? I remember thinking about Paris Hilton on David Letterman. She does an interview on David Letterman when she was hot, when she was getting into trouble. This had to be
Yeah,
15
she's young.
years ago.
Yeah.
And she goes, so when did you start being a party diva? And I was basically 14.
I'm sure she was.
Okay. She goes, well, what would you do? And she goes, I would sneak out of my window at night and go to all the top clubs in the city.
I believe it.
Let me ask you a question, Kate. Let's be honest amongst us as human beings. I mean, not me, because it never happened to me. One time it happened to me. But when you're 15, Kate, do you go out to fuck a 15-year-old guy when you
No.
run out your window?
I was on a mission. Every
To
guy
fuck
had
an
to be like
18-year
4 years older.
Yeah,
Yeah. You're a freshman, you go for the seniors, and after that,
it's kind of weird, So I'm thinking of these allegations that he dated her through high school. I'm thinking about Don Johnson marrying Melanie Griffith when she was 17. I'm thinking about the 70s when it was rumored that if right now in the 70s you could actually charge Jimmy Page with statutory rape because he dated a 14-year-old that he took with him on the road.
That's a little
when
young.
he was on the States. If a girl,
But if she looks 18, maybe.
I mean, I have a daughter, so I get it. I get the whole thing. But this is something that, right now we're going through some tough times now. You got to watch what listen, we're entertainers. If you want me to fucking sit here as a comedian and tell you that in 28 years, especially on those fucking triple runs, let me tell you something. Those triple runs are pure. It's a 3-week sex run.
Yeah, there's no way that someone didn't lie to you about their age.
I'm telling you right now, I am not a good-looking guy, and I'm not even talking about dating younger women. I'm talking about as comedians here. When you go on a triple run, I will send you on a triple run that you will come back and go, fucking Billings, Montana.
I've seen it because when I would go on the road with Jack and even like the local host, not to be a dick to say like the host shouldn't, but I mean like if you're on stage at a comedy club after the show, the audience girls that are there that are single and buzzed will flirt with you. It doesn't matter what you look like.
Oh my God.
It doesn't matter what you did.
I have stories that upon stories.
Oh, I've seen it. It's crazy.
And you sit there and go, how did this even happen? I'm not even a good-looking guy. What would have happened if I looked like George Michael? I would have fucking...
Anybody.
It would have been... all you had to do in those days, Lee, was do the triple gig, kill, which you...
You don't even really have to kill.
And you go to the bar, and afterward would be ladies' night. The show has to end at 10.
Totally.
You're in Billings, Montana.
Oh, there's nothing else
The bar
to do.
closes at 2. There's only 2 bars in the town. It's ladies' night. There's 90 women there, and there's a certain type of woman that has a fetish that she will take you home, light your asshole on fire, suck your dick, let it come on her face, and the next day she goes to work and you leave. She'll give you a number. You call. It's a bum number. What that means is she has a fetish that she just likes to fuck and move on.
I don't even know if it's like even a fetish as much as... Because this time when I did it, I can tell you the secret to how the guy got laid.
How do you get laid?
Because like people can use this, which I can't believe it worked on me in hindsight. I must have been drunk as shit. We're at the club and there's a guy that's trying to talk to me the whole night who's totally cock blocking me. And by the way, Aiden, my gay bestie, kind of fucked me because when he left to go back to the condo, he handed the keys to this guy and he said, "Can you make sure she gets back safe?"
Oh, no.
So I was so cock blocked, right? So this guy won't leave me alone. And there's this guy I see over his shoulder that's checking me out, and he's hot. And so I keep like kind of smiling at him, hoping he'll come over. So he waits for the dude that's watching me to go to the bathroom. He comes up. He's like, "Is that your guy?" I'm like, "No, he's totally cock blocking me." I'm like, "I kind of want to get out of here. Like, this sucks." And he's like, "Let me get your number." He's like, "I'm here with some buddies. We're going to leave soon. I'll text you." He walks off. Then my dude that's watching me comes back. And the bar starts closing down. So he's like, "Okay, it's time to go." So I didn't know what to do because I wanted to go home with the other guy or at least go do after party, something. So I made up a story. Oh God, he's going to listen to this. Oh, whatever. I made up a story that my friend was going to come pick me up. And we were going to go out to some after party. So I was like, "You can just give me the condo keys and take off." And so he did. And then I looked for the other guy and he was talking to another chick. And the chick and him were all like about to leave together. So then I was like, fuck, if they leave, now what am I going to do? I'm like, I got to get him. It became an instant competition. He was brilliant because what happened is then I kind of walked up. I was like, "Hey, I just wanted to say goodbye." And he was in a group. It wasn't just him and a chick. But he turned around. He's like, "Oh, you're leaving?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh, I'll go with you." I only walked up to him because he was with a chick. If I hadn't seen him or if he'd been like just with boys, I probably wouldn't have. But he was with another chick. It made me like, oh shit, she's hot. Maybe he's hot. Maybe I should bang this guy. So I get him. We leave. We take an Uber. And here's what's funny. I was trying to go to an after party because I was nervous to go home with a stranger. But the Uber ride around, he was so nice and funny. Like, first of all, he wanted food. More than he wanted sex. He was like, "I really want to get like Carl's Jr." Like, he just wanted food so bad. I'm like, this guy's safe. Like, no, any guy that wants a burger more than he wants to fuck a stranger is like not that desperate to get laid, not gonna rape you, right? So we go, he buys me food, then we go to his place, and he was really respectful. He's kind of distant. He asked me a lot of questions. He stayed on kind of farther away from me until he kind of until I felt safe. And then he was like, I don't expect anything. You can go anytime if you don't want to stay the night. Like, don't feel pressure, whatever.
That's the move.
That's the move.
That's the word.
I told my girlfriend yesterday, I go, there was this guy I went home with once, and I literally was in bed with him, making out. And I said, look, this is only like the second time we've hung out. I don't think I want to sleep with you yet. I kind of like you. And he goes, hey, I want you to do whatever makes you want to stick around for a long time. If that means we wait, we wait. He's like, I just think you're amazing. So whatever makes you want to stay. And I fucked him.
Some guys are slicker than slick. It's when you gotta.
I never fucked him again, by the way.
The whole sex game is such a psychological fucking game. At the end of the day, it really is like that whole, I'm happy I'm out of it.
It's embarrassing.
Isn't that a
it
one-night
worked on
stand,
me.
by the way? Just
Which
checking.
one?
The one you just mentioned?
A whole life
No,
has been a
but
one-night
no,
fucking
that
stand.
one's
What, are
not
you kidding
because that's a person that I'm actually like still friends with.
That
And
doesn't matter.
well, we made out a few times after that, but we never had sex again.
Well, because you don't really do the apps that much, right? Because that's like, I've had probably more one-night stands than relationships, I would guess.
Well, guys get more one night stands off those apps. I think. I don't know. I mean, I could never hit up a dude on an app, and I got to have the chemistry. That's why I got to talk to you for a little.
But
first.
even the girls on the apps, they always say they want a relationship. I go expecting a relationship, like expecting it to be a date at least, and then like you hook up like the first or the second time, and then you never hear from them.
My thing is that's weird is even with the NFL guy. By the way, there's only one. Even with the NFL guy, like when I meet these guys, I make them talk to me for like 2 hours. I got to feel like I know them a little before I can fuck
Hold
them.
on. Let's go back to the one-night stand. So now he says, you can leave. What do? You take your shirt off. You take your panties off.
He was cute. I kind of liked him, but here's
Did you
the
go
other
upstairs?
thing.
Did you
I
go-
started to like him.
Okay.
He has kids. He's divorced. He's a sweet guy. There were things about him I liked. He's not in the business. He works in like corporate America. And so then I started thinking, maybe I could date this guy. Like Phoenix isn't that far. So then I was like, I'll just stay the night. And he's real hot. And then I'm like, and if we don't date, who cares? He seems safe.
So what was the next move?
So then we started making out. And then, I was the one that was like, you want to go upstairs? We were making out for so long. I'm like, is he ever going to take me upstairs? I had to do everything. That was the one thing. I like guys to make the move. And there's been a lot of guys that I've gone out many times with and they never made the move because they were chicken shit and it never happened. And I would have probably fucked them. But in this case, I was just really horny. I don't know. I'm getting to that age. It's like, and I'm not saying this like people always talk shit. Like Kate just talks about sex. I'm just saying because my age,
How old are you now? Okay, legit.
don't make me tell that.
37.
I don't want to tell. I'm not telling. I'm not telling.